What's going on, everyone? It's time for another show review. So a few days ago, I went and saw, um, I went to a small club show in Toronto and saw the British heavy metal rock group Raven with a New York hard rock band Riot Act and a local band called Superchucker. I think they're a local band, anyways. But yeah, and so let's talk about it. Well. It was at Lee's Palace back on Friday, October 14th. And yeah, so Lee's Palace, I've been there quite a few times, and it's a nice small little venue. It's a lot of the smaller bands happen play there and stuff like that. Some death metal and stuff like that usually play there. But yeah, this is by far the emptiest it's been since I've been there. This one, there's only like 30 of us there. Um, but yeah, so first band was Superchucker, which is like a power metal band. I call them that. The vocalist was pretty good. And the guitarists are really well done. It was a pretty well put together band. They just need to work on their songwriting a bit. I thought most of their songs sounded the same, and it was very repetitive. But for the most part, they were still pretty amusing, and they had some pretty catchy stuff in some of their songs. So they're definitely heading in the right direction. They just need a little more work, I think. But overall, I thought they were a decent opening band. So yeah, I'm gonna give Super Chucker a 3 out of 5 for live performance. And then the next band that came on was Riot Act, which is a band from New York. I consider them more hard rock, but one of the guitarists was originally in Riot or Riot V, and yeah, and yeah, there's someone else from some other group as well in there. But yeah, for the most part, the band wasn't that bad. They're your standard hard rock band. A lot of sort of like similar to Rush almost, I'd say. But they did play quite a few Riot covers, and then they did their own stuff, which was yeah, it was okay, I guess. I wasn't really into this band that much. I definitely did not like the vocals at all. The guitarist is really good, the drummer's good, and the bass player was interesting and amusing, had his own unique style and things like that. I like that in it. I just think the vocals were too standard. They could have either invented better lyrics to go with the songs or something, but there's something better that was just off. And but yeah, they still had some decent and some good riffs and stuff like that. So they weren't like that terrible, but they were okay. So I'm gonna give them a 2.5 out of 5. And then finally, Raven came on. They're from the UK, and they've been around since like 1974 or something like that. And yeah, they played their whole Wiped Out album, which is a unique album, which they never really did until the tour. But yeah, which had some more of their heavier, groovier sort of sounding songs and stuff, like Killed by a Chainsaw or something like that. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, I only heard a few songs off that album. I like more like All for One and Walk Through Fire, those albums. But for the most part, it was a decent one. The new album Metal City that came out during the pandemic is actually really good and really heavy. And they definitely know how to write good heavy metal tunes. They're just really underrated type of band. And yeah, even with the main two brothers, the Gallagher brothers, they've been doing this for so long, but they still have all the energy and stuff. Even if there's only 30 of us watching, it was still a lot of good intimate type of show. It was a lot of fun, a lot of energy, and a lot of good tunes. And they played for almost 2 hours, so that was a pretty impressive set. And also, their drummer was super impressive because it's Mark Hellner from Fear Factory. He also played in System Divide, uh, a punk band. I think they're called like the Lucid or something. And yeah, and he plays in some other hard rock band as well. But yeah, he's a really good drummer, and obviously Fear Factory is my all-time favorite band, so obviously I'm going to say that. But yeah, yeah, they were really good, really fun, really engaging and stuff, and it was just overall a really good set. I just wish there's more stuff that I knew, but maybe next time I see them I'll know more because probably going to get most of their discography now. So yeah, I'm going to give Raven a 4.5 out of 5. They're a lot of fun, completely underrated. Definitely check them out. But with all the bands I talked about today. I'll link them down below, like always. And also make sure you check out my social media stuff down below. My Instagram and TikTok has tons of videos and pictures from the bands and shows, from the shows and previous shows as well. So make sure you check those ones out. Follow me on there. And yeah, but overall, the show was a lot of fun. Definitely a good way to spend the Friday night, even if it wasn't super packed or anything. It was still a good, felt more personal, intimate type of show. And also, they came down and talked to us all after. So definitely don't see that very often with bands. Usually they go and hide behind the stage and stuff, hide off stage, things like that. But definitely a lot of fun night. You should check them all out. And so yeah, that's it for this one. So make sure you support the artists you like, buy their albums, buy their merch, go see them live, keep the live music around. It's hard. It gets harder and harder every year for these guys. So you got to keep them moving. So yeah, make sure you do that. And yeah, make sure you tune in for the next review, because I already went to my next show, which is Accept with Narcotic Wasteland, Corrosive, Rustic, and Jugular, the Phoenix Concert Theater, back on October 16th. So tune in for that review soon. And yeah, my Aftershock reviews will be coming in soon as well. So, but make sure you tune in for those. And I guess I'll see you all in the next one. So until then, rock on.